The silence of space was absolute, broken only by the deep hum of Nova 77's engines. The reconnaissance ship, piloted by Alex Rivers, hovered just above the surface of Zeta 5, a planet so eerily similar to Earth that it had already become a prime target for human colonization. The atmosphere was dense, a bluish haze swirling like ghostly mist. Alien vegetation pulsed with a faint green glow, reacting to the heat of the ship's thrusters. That's when he saw her. Lying in the tall grass, her slender body trembled slightly. Her skin was a pale lavender, subtly glowing as if absorbing the ambient light. Long silver hair clung to her sweat-drenched, wounded face. But what truly caught Alex's attention was her etherea minimal, almost symbolic garment that barely covered her exotic form. "Damn," Alex muttered. Without hesitation, he landed the ship. The engines let out a deep thud as they touched the ground. Jumping out, his suit's sensors flashed warnings as he approached. The alien woman was struggling to breathe, her chest rising and falling in an uneven rhythm. Wounds covered her abdomen and thighs, greenish blood stark against her lilac skin. Alex knelt beside her, feeling a strange warmth radiating from her like a static charge. Slowly, she opened her eyes golden, feline-like, locking directly onto his. "You are not one of them," she whispered, her voice weak. He didn't hesitate. Scooping her into his arms, he sprinted back to the ship. The cabin was filled with the rich aroma of spices as Alex cooked. The ship's small stove sizzled, the scent of synthetic meat spreading through the air. A faint sigh behind him caught his attention. She was awake. Turning, Alex activated his universal translator. The device blinked a few times before a soft, feminine voice came through the speaker. "Who are you, handsome?" He raised an eyebrow. "Handsome? That's new." Smirking, he replied. "Alex Rivers. Astronaut, explorer, colonizer. And you?" She slowly sat up, still wrapped in metallic sheets. Her gaze traveled over him, unmistakably intrigued. "My name is Syra. I am an elder of the Arthan people." Alex frowned. "Elder? You don't look a day over 25. Syra smiled, leaning in slightly. "By your count, I am 43. Alex blinked. He was 22. The age gap was real, yet she didn't look like an elder at all. She traced her cool fingers over his chest, her touch sending a shiver down his spine. "You saved me at a complicated time, Alex Rivers." Her lips curled into a teasing smile. "Why?" he asked, barely above a whisper. She tilted her head, her golden eyes glinting with a dangerous light. "Because I am in my mating cycle, and according to Arthan tradition, the warrior who saves an elder must satisfy her." Alex swallowed hard. The night on Zeta 5 was only just beginning, but before he could process what she had said, an alarm blared. "Intruders detected. Critical proximity." Alex spun toward the control panel. 3 unidentified ships hovered in the darkness, their angular frames illuminated by pulsing blue lights. Syra hissed, her expression darkening. "The Varak tribe, traitors to my people." Alex cracked his knuckles, activating Nova 77's defense systems. "Then let's give them a fight." She smirked, still breathless, but her golden eyes gleamed with something fierce. "That's exactly what I was hoping for." Nova 77 shuddered violently as energy blasts struck its shields. The cabin lights flickered. "They want to capture me," Syra growled. "Erase my name, my lineage, my existence." Even injured, she radiated defiance. Alex glanced at her, then gripped the controls. "Then we make sure that doesn't happen." Slamming the throttle forward, Nova 77 roared to life, dodging incoming fire with an impossible maneuver. He twisted the ship, launching counterattacks. One enemy vessel exploded in a ball of blue flames. "One down," Alex grinned, but the control panel flashed red. 2 ships remained, flanking him. "If we stay on defense, we're dead," he muttered. "Syra, what's their weakness?" She scanned the controls quickly. "Their engines overheat easily. If we push them beyond their limit, their systems will shut down." Alex smirked. "Then let's give them one hell of a heat wave." Pushing Nova 77 to its limit, he streaked between the enemy ships at breakneck speed. The friction left behind a trail of plasma, a blinding curtain of heat that overloaded their sensors. "Now!" Syra shouted. Alex spun the ship and unleashed every weapon in his arsenal. The energy blasts struck their overheating cores, and the enemy ships shattered like glass. Silence swallowed space. The debris of the Varak fleet drifted in the glow of Zeta 5 below them. Alex exhaled sharply, adrenaline still surging through his veins. They had won. Turning, he saw Sira, her silver hair sticking to her damp skin, her breath heavy, her gaze blazing. That, she murmured, lips curving into a wild smile, was the most exhilarating thing I've ever felt. Alex chuckled, exhausted. I could say the same. She moved closer, eyes glowing in the ship's dim light. You saved me twice today, Alex Rivers. That means you've earned a reward. She ran her cool hands along the back of his neck. Do you know what an Arthan warrior's reward is? Alex didn't need to answer. Her lips met his, but this time, there was no urgency desire. But the war wasn't over yet. We still need to take back my people, Sira whispered against his lips. Alex smirked, cupping her face. Then let's finish this, once and for all. Nova 77 descended like a comet, cutting through the bluish clouds and diving into the glowing forests. Their destination, the Great Arthan Temple, a colossal structure of black stone and towering spires where Sira's traitorous enemy now ruled. Inside, thousands of Arthan people waited, some oppressed, some complicit. Whatever was about to happen, it was happening now. Sira gripped Alex's shoulder before stepping off the ship. The fate of my people depends on us. He lifted her chin, making her meet his gaze. Then let's make sure this story has a happy ending. She smiled, her golden eyes burning with admiration. The Arthan guards weren't expecting a direct attack when Sira and Alex stormed into the temple's grand hall, weapons drawn. Chaos erupted. Traitors to my people, Sira roared. You bowed to fear, but today you bow before the true elder. War cries rang through the temple. Loyal Arthan warriors emerged, armed and ready. Alex fired at enemy soldiers, barely dodging a laser blast. Damn, that was close, he muttered, rolling to the side and taking down two enemies in one shot. Sira moved like a storm, her blades cutting through opposition like paper. From the throne, the traitor watched, his expression twisting with fury. You should be dead, he snarled. Sira ascended the steps. And you should have been a leader, not a coward. With one final strike, she brought him down. Alex stepped forward, blaster in hand. Looks like your reign is over, asshole. The temple erupted in cheers. The war was over. Later that night, Alex stood on a balcony, staring at the stars, sipping something that tasted a lot like alien whiskey. Sira approached, her lilac skin glowing under Zeta 5's twin moons. You saved my people, Alex Rivers. He smirked. And you saved my heart. She arched an eyebrow. That was cheesy. Maybe, he shrugged, but it's true. She sat beside him. You could stay. My people need a warrior by the elder's side. Alex looked out at the alien horizon. Space still called to him, but this planet had something no other did. Sira. He turned to her, cupping her face in his hands. I think I just found a home. And as he kissed her, he knew their story was only just beginning.